Welcome back to the session again, and this is a continuation session where we are continuing with the strip crowns. So this is the crown that we did yesterday in the previous session, and today we are planning for the tooth, the adjacent tooth, the central incisor, the primary central incisor. As the patients when they come, they usually have more incisors or all the incisors involved due to caries. So the situation is that we need to plan the strip crowns not only for just single tooth, but in most of the cases we need to plan the multiple tooth for restoring them with strip crowns. So in the previous session we restored it step by step. We learned how to restore the the strip crowns on the tooth number 6-1. Today we are going to restore on the tooth number 5-1. So again repeating the same things, the steps. So first step when the tooth we have planned is to be done with this strip crown. The step 1 begins with the selection of the crown. So for that we need to select the crown on the basis of the mesodistal width. So over here we have the mesodistal width of this adjacent, so we will look at it. Otherwise we have to directly, if both the teeth are normally decayed or have lost their anatomical aspect, then we need to just select the crown from the crown kit and identify which crown is going inside. So for that we had to just insert the crown or see how much the crown can be going inside. Otherwise the mesodistal width or the average mesodistal width of the crowns can be considered based on the text. So this crown when we are planning, so we are selecting on the basis of the mesodistal width, which is roughly around 7.4 mm for this crown. So we would select the same. So when we select the crown based on the mesodistal width, this is the crown that we get, and for this crown to go inside we need to remove or cut the segment or at the neck. So this segment or this flap is indicating the number tooth and the dimensions. So we need to remove this neck part over here so that we can then place the crown. So for the same we need this is the step 1. We need to cut this crown to the desired shape. So step 1 is selecting the crown. So what we will do is we will take the curved scissor if we have, and we would cut it. This is the straight scissor, but you should be trying to have the curved scissor so that you can easily cut the neck part and remove it. So just remove this fragment, and once you remove this fragment you should be getting this. So removing this overhanging parts also. So once done, and just curve it up along. So finally what we get is the bulge part. So you can easily identify that this is the palatal aspect and this is the buccal aspect of this crown once you cut it. So now you can test it on the tooth itself. So this is the crown that you had selected, and it will go up to the neck or the cervical part and should be adapted on both the palatally as well as the buccal aspect, as you can see over here. So the first part is complete when we are selecting the crown. Now coming to the second part. The second part is, let us choose the color. So over here we have different colors. Just to make this interesting on how we can add colors and place the crowns. So we have this pink color, blue color, the golden color, the orange color, the silver, the green, the berry color. So any of the colors you can also choose. Otherwise, to just move fast, let us choose the blue color. So we will select so this is a glittering shades from Twinkly Star. So let us select this blue color. So this is the compule of the blue color that we select, and we place it in the compule gun. So once we place it in the compule gun, now we are ready to fill the composite. So after selecting the composite, the third step begins, where we need to fill up. So we will switch off the light so that composite doesn't get cured in the light. And now we will fill up the crown that we have just trimmed it. So this is the third part. In the third part we are filling up the composite. Remember, we have not made any holes or anything like that. We have just cut the tooth cervically so that any excess would flow out. So now we would place this blue color and place it in increment so that you can condense it. And now you can use the ball burnisher to condense it. And when you are condensing it, remember that the composite should go into this incisal edge segment. Now here it is not going, but from the opening it looks like that it has been condensed. So you have to condense it so that it reaches the incisal edge, so that every detail is being recorded. So now you can see that the composite reaches the edge part. So this is how you need to condense it. Remember, we are not curing it anything. Nothing should be cured right now. Again, place the second increment. So over here now again placing the hello doctor. So thanks for joining. If you have any queries, you can ask in the comment section below this video. So again condense it. So this time we are creating a blue crown or the blue tooth. And visually see whether the composite is being condensed nicely. You need to condense it, and don't worry, excess will flow and you can carve it later on. Just that the anatomical aspect is preserved, that is our main priority. Now you can see most of the part or half of the crown has been done. Now a third increment can be placed. Otherwise this increment will do, but if certain things or the margins are lagging, then that may cause problems. So just add one more increment or the final increment. Done. And now condense it again. Now see from the lateral aspect, yes, everything is packed up in the crown. Here there is little bit lagging. So now we have filled the crown. You can leave a small segment at the cervical part. So now the crown is ready to be placed. So our third step is complete. Now moving to the fourth step. In the fourth step, we are placing this crown. Don't forget the sides. You just need to place the crown up to the level of the adjacent tooth. So you can now visually see, and the excess has come out from the margins. A little excess on the palatal side also. So now you need to carve or remove this excess part. Thank you for joining, doctor, and thanks for your appreciation. And now we are carving it to remove the excess. Remove any excess, otherwise you would need to do the finishing work a lot. So it is better to remove it from the cervical aspect as much as you can. Also there was some part in the parietal aspect. If you don't remove this will get cured with the other crown. So remove everything that is excess. So now you can see that we have removed the excess. Now you can have a slight gentle pressure more so that the crown adapts more, and remove this excess that is still there. Yes, now it's done. So this completes our fourth step, and now coming to the fifth step, and this fifth step is curing it. So we will use the light cure now to cure the composite. Just a minute, there is one more part and that is hanging around over here, otherwise we will need the bar. Just removing this part would be a good idea. Yes, this was some extra part that was there. And now let us cure it. Curing for roughly around 40 seconds is enough from both the aspects. Yes, now that part has been, so now you can just remove this. Once you get the purge point, it is then easy to remove. It usually comes in one segment. So done. So these parts are removed of the slip crown. So see the shine, the gloss that we have, and we hardly need to do any finishing. Only a little segment is over here, and when we see from the incisal aspect, this is the crown that we see with a good shine, and from the palatal aspect, this is the crown that we see, both the crowns. So this is the blue crown done today, and this was in the previous session. So we can, in the 7th step, we can do slight finishing, and our work is done. So let us first do the finishing part. So this is the last step that we need to do. So we will take the finishing bar, and would remove or do the finishing. Then that's all. This for the so nothing is on the palatal aspect, so our finishing is almost done. So this is our Bluetooth that is ready and the final crown. So hope you were able to understand this, and hope you liked it. We could still do more finishing over here, so we'll do that. So hope the basic idea is clear to you, and how our Bluetooth looks like. Definitely you can comment in the section below, and thanks for watching. Bye bye.